Oh, hey, another chest. Whoa! That's pretty good. Check out all those emeralds, man. What's going on, guys? It is Killadrone, and welcome back to some more Minecraft here on the Solo series. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it here in the world, and I have a couple of things I want to catch you guys up on. First and foremost, before we get too far into this episode, first off, you will see a beacon that is right next to us. I actually moved this beacon over from the hidey hole area. I kind of tore that beacon down and just relocated it because I'm not getting much use out of it over here. I made a ridiculously big strip mine over here, and there's really not that much more I can mine out of that area. So I decided to move it over to my base, over from where it was over here, and just kind of get a little bit more use out of that guy. Also, over here at the hidey hole area, we have changed a couple of things up. So instead of having to make this long run over here, I have messed with the nether portals to pretty much everywhere. I've been spending a lot of time in the nether recently just trying to get easier ways to move around the map. So let's go ahead and cover a couple of things. First off, something that we're going to be working on in this episode, as I'm sure you saw by the thumbnail, we're going to be working on a sugarcane farm. Reason being is we still have all these villagers underneath here. And I need paper. I need a lot of paper. I had to make myself a brand new set of diamond armor because I died in an area very, very far away, which I'll show you guys later. And I had to make brand new diamond armor, brand new tools, everything. And it took forever to get mending on the few items that I had. One of the reasons being is I don't have any paper. I have no paper to trade with these guys in order to get more emeralds. I know I have that sugarcane farm, and it does decent enough, I guess. Like this is all of the sugarcane that I have for 2 days worth of letting it run. That's nowhere near enough for what I am doing, though. For trading a ridiculous amount of paper, it's not going to cut it. I need a ton more sugarcane. So we're going to work on making a really big sugarcane farm today, because this little guy, he's just not cutting it anymore. I went ahead and I gutted this machine as well. I guess I can take the pistons out as well. The pistons and the observers, just to save us a little material. I don't really want to tear the building down, so I may convert this into something else later. But yeah, I don't want to tear the building down because I think the building looks nice, but I don't need a sugarcane farm into it. So if you guys have any ideas for something to put here, let me know, I guess. It's kind of a small building, but I don't know, maybe it'll be something cool. Kind of like our Fisher Shack. It's a small building, but it's pretty cool. Our chicken farm over here is a small building, but still pretty cool and extremely efficient. Actually, I probably need to get rid of some of these feathers at some point. I just have way too many feathers. Anyway, I think that's all that I did in this area. Let's head into the nether and I'll show you guys what I did there. Our nether region has, well, to be honest with you, it's been a pain in the butt to move between areas. So first and foremost, I have linked up the end portal as well as my home base. So I believe it's this direction is my home base. So if we take a left here, this portal right here should bring me back to the town hall area. And I made a nice little room underneath the town hall area that we'll spawn into. So this is directly underneath our storage area. So we can just hop down this ladder, go into the nether, and we can get into all kinds of areas around the world. Another thing that I went ahead and linked up was the end portal, so we can get back there quickly enough. I know a lot of you guys really want me to go to the end and get the elytra and all that, but I kind of want to do that in a separate episode. I have some more things that I need to work on, but I'll go ahead and show you guys that the end portal is indeed linked up. It's kind of a long way to get there. I mean, not super long compared to the other place that we're going to be going today, but it's still quite lengthy. It's a long netherrack path to nowhere. Also, I also made a way down to the Nether Fortress so we could get back to our Blaze farm. That's another thing that I need to work on. I guess I should just add that to my long list of to-do lists. We need a better XP farm, and I think I'm going to start with a Pigman farm, and then maybe we'll do a Guardian farm after that. First off, we have to find a Guardian temple before we can worry about that. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked today in this commentary, aren't I? Let's go ahead. Let's go through this nether portal here, and we should end up with a bunch of silverfish attacking us, as always, right at the end portal. Nice. This is actually kind of bad placement for this thing. I should probably move that, or at least make it safer. I don't know how I would do that, but yeah, as you can see, I can't disable this stupid silverfish spawner no matter how much I try. It's getting insane. All right. Anyway, there we go. We have the end linked up through the nether. And we have one other area that is linked up in the nether that I want to show you guys, because this is actually where I died. I went out on an adventure, right? I like going out on these massive, insane adventures, just looking for new biomes, new temples, things like that. And I don't always bring you guys along just because sometimes I go 4,000 and 5,000 blocks away just to find one particular biome, right? Well, that's exactly what happened this time. I went away looking for a particular biome, and I actually found two biomes that we really need that are right next to each other. And I have the coordinates here. I had it written down on a piece of paper. I went to 5,689 by negative 1,218. It's a super far off place. By the way, some of you guys have been asking for the seed. There you go. There's the seed. You guys can have that for whatever you guys do with seeds. I don't know. Anyway, so that is the area, the 5,689 by negative 1,218. That is the area of two extremely useful biomes that we need. So what I did was I took those numbers, I divided them by 8 because we're going to travel to it through the nether, so I don't have to do that on land again. And I made a nether portal. So we will get to an island by the time I'm done running all the way through the nether. We will be on an island that has two biomes next to it that are extremely useful to us. So that is where I'm heading. And, you know, this is going to be a long run, so I'll just bring you guys back in just a minute. I just want to let you guys know that I have been running for exactly 3 minutes straight. This is an insane run through the nether. We're going to have to get a faster way to do this trek over to this biome. I'm thinking probably do some type of system with boats and ice. I think that that'll make this trip a whole lot faster, because running over here is just not going to work. That takes forever. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop through the nether here, and I will show you guys exactly the areas that are super special. So I have not done anything in this area, well, except for I died in lava in a cave system that I was working on lighting up. But anyway, as you can see right over there, we have a mesa, and then right over here we have a frozen ocean. Now, these frozen oceans have apparently packed and regular ice. All I see is, this looks like straight packed ice though, doesn't it? This doesn't look like the regular ice. I haven't actually been over here yet, so this is going to be my first time heading over to this area. I just kind of did a little bit of cave lighting underneath this island. And I fell in lava and died, so I don't even know where I was at with the cave. Can you get away? Where's my bow? Give me that. Get wrecked. Where'd you go, Skeletor? Where'd he go? Hello, Mr. Skeletor. Oh, I see you. Hey, buddy. Wrecked. All right, so let's actually go and check out this packed ice area. Also, I'd be curious to know these frozen oceans, at least in the deep frozen oceans, they will sometimes have guardian temples underneath them as well. Dude, it is so hard to see under the water. It doesn't... Yeah, we have aqua affinity. It's just super hard to see. Goodness gracious. All right. Okay, so is this packed or frozen ice? I don't have silk touch on this pick, but I do on this shovel. So this is just the regular packed ice. Okay, I was about to say, I didn't think they changed the coloration for the regular ice. I thought it was still transparent. So this is all packed. There's the regular ice. Okay, that's regular ice. Now, do we have any blue ice? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the blue ice is only craftable, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Whoa, dude! Check that out. That's like an underwater ravine with some magma blocks at the bottom. That's pretty cool. Look, we got some dead stuff here, too. Huh. Well, that's a pretty cool area. I do have to say, though, it would be a whole lot cooler if we had a guardian temple thing around here. That would be super useful to us, because we still haven't found one of those. And I know that it's a pretty high spawn rate in these frozen ice spike biomes. Now, this is a very large biome. I have not explored the extent of this thing yet, so we still, I guess, do have a chance to find one, but yeah, doesn't look super promising, gonna be honest with you guys. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to explore around this biome a little bit, and I will bring you guys back. And, whoa! Is this an igloo? Or is it just a weird shaped formation? It's just a weird... Hey! 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 It's daytime. You're not supposed to be mad at me. Get away. Go bye-bye. Die in a hole. Good job. You did good. I thought that was going to be an igloo. Disappointment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to continue searching around this biome, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Hey, check this out. This is something that I didn't notice. Right underneath our nether portal, there's actually a shipwreck. Huh. Okay, well, let's see if there's anything good in here. Am I even going to be able to get in here? It looks like it's... It looks like the spawn generation actually, like, spawned inside of this. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any chests or anything out of this. Let's see. We should set down some chests over here, just kind of in a general area near the nether portal. That way I can get some of this junk out of my inventory. Let's go ahead and set down this. We'll just get rid of some, like, dirt. I'll keep the grass blocks on me because I'm going to need that for a project here relatively soon. That out of my inventory, that out of my inventory. Just some of that stuff. Nothing super important I want to leave over here, but just some of the junk I can just kind of set in a chest. Okay, let's see. What is in here? Hello? Hello? Oh, hey, a chest. Some wheat, some carrots, a leather cap, and leather pants. And the rest is garbage. Well, that's not good. I know there's more... There's more chests around here, though, I know. Hold on. We're gonna get through this thing. Maybe we should just uncover it from the top. Oh, can we even do that, though? Yeah, it looks like there's some. There's some, like, wood sticking out through here. Interesting. Alright. Maybe uncovering it from the top wasn't the best idea either. Oh, hey, another chest. Whoa! That's pretty good. Check out all those emeralds, man. Some iron nuggets, I'll take that. That is not a bad chest at all. Most definitely. I'm gonna leave it there and I'm gonna come back and get that stuff later. But that is not bad. Is there another chest in here? I don't know how many chests are usually in this thing, to be honest with you. Huh. At this point, I feel like I'm just digging around for nothing. I thought that there was going to be a chest with like a treasure map in it, though. Isn't there? Aren't there usually chests with treasure maps in them for you to go and find the treasure? I could have swore that was a thing. Well, that busted out the bottom of the ship. Is it this way? We've already been there. Yeah, boys and girls, I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else. All right, I'm going to call that it. I'm going to say that that's it for this little shipwreck here. That's pretty cool, though. That this chest down here, it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and I'll just throw some stuff in this chest again. And then I'll grab everything out of there. And then we'll head over to that mesa biome. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we are at the mesa biome. And this is where I've been a little bit. As you can see, there's some mine shafts around. And this mesa biome is actually called the Badlands. Now, the Badlands have these mine shafts and things in them. And as you explore them, they can progressively go deeper, first off, and they also are not exactly the safest. They'll have some lava in them and things like that from time to time, and yeah, let's not look at this pool of lava specifically, because I don't want to say where I died, but it was in a general vicinity of some of these caves, and it may or may not have been me jumping. Yeah, it was a noob move. It was a noob move, baby. Anyway, yeah, this is a really cool and interesting biome. I love the Badlands. The only bad thing about it is these mine shafts, they don't go anywhere all the time. Sometimes they just kind of, you know, end off. I'm going to be a little bit safer around this lava this time. Last time I thought myself was on the surface? Hello? Hello? What are you doing, buddy? I've never went over this way. That's actually really good that this thing is right here, though. That's like super close to the surface. Oh, and is that a chest? Or is that just... No, it's just terracotta. Okay, we're good. We are good. All right, I'm just going to ignore that for right now. That's actually a really good spawner location, though. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. We also can use this if we ever need rail tracks or anything. Also, I think that is some coarse dirt there. So that's good. However, there is a crafting recipe for coarse dirt now, so that's not as useful. Mostly everything that we need out of this area is the terracotta. I mean, the mine shaft is cool, but not extremely useful. If there was like podzol or something like that around here, I would be even happier, but sadly, it doesn't look like that's the case. Is podzol craftable now? I remember back whenever podzol was first released, it was not craftable, but I feel like I remember an update where they changed it to where it is craftable. I can't remember though. Anyway, terracotta. We got terracotta for days now, ladies and gentlemen. So my general plan is to use the terracotta, and we're going to start using this in builds. So this is a super useful biome to have. And then my other plan is the packed ice we can start using for some boat tracks, some boat and ice tracks to get from area to area. So those are my plans. Both of these biomes are going to be super useful and something that I plan on spending a lot of time in collecting some materials. I think that I want to get a Silk Touch pick instead of using my Silk Touch shovel in order to go and get the packed ice, though. I don't think that, actually, since it's packed ice, can't I just use this Excuse me? Get out of here, broski. Anyway, because it's packed ice, I can use this regular pick. I don't remember. There's another spawner right here at the surface, though. That's really cool. Using those things together, or not together, but like using those things may actually prove useful for some spawn traps in the future. Alright, but I don't see anything else extremely useful in this area other than the actual materials of the land themselves. So I'm actually going to head back to the base, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute when we're back at the town hall, because we're going to work on us a sugarcane farm. So I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I have done a little bit of prep work here on the sugarcane farm, and this is going to be a slightly different design from the one that we did over at the old base, because the old base farm, it was not lossless. We would constantly have sugarcane falling on the blocks underneath here instead of going into these water streams and getting picked up by hoppers and put into a chest. So it was not even close to being lossless. We had a ton of losses with that farm. So my goal here is to try and make this as lossless as possible and also give a little bit more time for the sugarcane to actually grow. Also, I want this sugarcane farm to be stackable to where we can go up as high as we need to in the future for the more and more sugarcane that we need. So this is what we have so far. We have a line of sugarcane all the way down with a water block on each end, pushing into a 2-block gap here where I guess there will eventually be some hoppers with a chest. So I guess let's go ahead and put that in now. We might as well. We'll just point into the back of this block and point into the back of that block. And there we go. So that is that system done. We have the collection area done. Now what we need to do is come up with a way to wire up some pistons. And what I'm going to do is 2 rows of pistons into this guy. So let's see, what's a good block? First off, we'll start off just with some cobblestone kind of as like a filler block. And then I guess we can get some stone bricks and add to the top of this. Because this block is basically going to be doing nothing, right? So it's just going to look pretty. Let's go ahead and let's add stone bricks. I don't have any in my inventory, so we'll run back and grab some real quick. Also, this gives us a nice chance. In case you guys missed the live stream yesterday, we actually did do a little bit of work here on the Halloween Town area, and I made ourselves a graveyard. Now, in order to get your name on one of the signposts in this graveyard, I have a Patreon that I am linking in the description down below. If you guys are interested in joining that, gives you access to my patron server, as well as gets your name on some of these signs, as well as some other really cool benefits. You guys can check that out if you're interested. It's just a small way for me to give back to you guys. But anyway, let's go and grab those stone bricks. I think that graveyard actually turned out pretty well on the stream the other day too, though. I don't know. I was impressed with my building skills for that. Maybe that's just me. I've never done a graveyard before, and I think that came out really good. I want to add like some more small details to that in the future. Things like some cobwebs and things like that, but I don't have any shears with silk touch at the moment in order to be doing that. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's add in some stone brick back here and back here. There we go. All the way down. All right. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to work on hooking up all of the pistons. So this design is going to use a lot more pistons because I'm actually going to be stacking them up too high. Now, the reason I'm doing this is whenever the pistons were pushed out in the old design, whenever they pushed out here and they were grown up by 3 blocks, they actually, these pistons pushed, goodness gracious, that is a tongue twister and a half. These pistons pushed out the blocks and they would land in the water stream. But if there was any sugarcane up at the top, they did not actually get pushed, and they ended up just falling straight down, and they would sit on the blocks until they disappeared. So what we're going to do to try and remedy that is have both of these pistons push out, and that should theoretically both increase our rates as well as make this thing less lossless. I don't know exactly how lossless this will be, to be honest with you. We're going to give it a try, though. It can't be any worse. In fact, I believe it can only get better from here with this design. That last design was decent for like starting out, but this design is going to be so much better. It's also going to be a lot more resource intensive, though, so that's one bad thing. Let's go ahead and do something like that. And I'm also going to go ahead and take a sleep real quick so we don't have mobs messing with us while we're trying to build this guy. Head right over here to our town hall and get a little bit of nap in. A little bit of sleepy time. Nice. And good morning, sunshine. Let's get back to work. All right, so now that we have all those pistons put in, we're going to do our observers. Now, our observers are going to be in a slightly different position this time. Instead of having observers on the top row, what I'm going to do is instead on the corners here, we're going to put an observer on this block. Now, the reason being for this is if this sugarcane grows all the way up to here, right? That is when I want this system to push. We'll also have another detector on this side, or not a detector, observer on this side doing the exact same thing. So there are two chances for this system to be activated, which is not a bad failsafe, really. It's not. I think that that's going to be plenty for this thing to be activating quick enough that we're actually getting sugarcane, but not so fast that nothing's able to grow in the middle areas. So that's kind of my goal here. Now all we need to do is wire this bad boy up. So I'm going to take a couple of stone bricks like this. And actually, we need to be on this block level, right? So I think we can just run directly out of the back of this guy. And let's see. If I'm trying to remember how redstone works for pistons. I believe if I just run a line like this, and I give that an update, that only pushed out the bottom. Yes, that's only pushing out the bottom. So we need a way, first off, a way back up, but then a way to power this top piston as well. I thought, oh, I bet you I know what it is. I bet you I know what I'm doing wrong. Hold on. I think we have to have a repeater. Or not a repeater, but a redstone line coming in directly like this, right? Can you get out of here, broski? Really? Really? That's how you're going to be today, huh? Well, get wrecked, man. Let's see. So, I'm just trying to figure this redstone stuff out, guys. Well, that's not what I wanted. All right, let me come up with a better design here, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute, because what I thought was going to work is obviously not going to work. All right, I'll bring you guys back in just a second. All right, ladies and gents, we are back, and let me show you the circuit that I have come up with. It's basically the exact same thing that I thought originally, except that I needed to remove this piston right here. Now, the reason that I have to remove this piston, which makes this block here not lossless, sadly, so we are going to have a little bit of loss with this design, but the reason I have to remove this piston is that the observer will detect twice. So if the sugarcane grows up to this height, right, this piston would push out and it would get another update. And then we just had an infinite clock going 24/7 because it would constantly recognize this as an updated block because that piston was being pushed out in front of this observer. So it was just making an infinite clock. I have it fixed now, though. Another thing that you guys will notice is that if I put a block here just to make this system go, this side only does half. It does till, oh, lag, are we good? We good, server? All right, Minecraft gods, I'm sorry. I'll slow down my speaking. Goodness gracious. Anyway, it will only do half. It will do up to right here is where it will power, and then this observer here will power the other half of all of the pistons. So basically, this side controls this side, that side controls that side, and they're basically two separate systems squished together. Now what I can do is I can just build on top of this and do another layer. So what I'm going to do is just build up like this a bit. And what we will need is, let's see, since this is the pistons here, we're going to need a block on this level. And the block on this level will be where the next sand will sit. So sand will sit on top of this block. So not a bad little system here. I think that's going to work pretty well. Not to mention that we can kind of just stack these on top of each other however big I end up needing them to be. It's going to be pretty easy to stack one on top of the other and have these systems work. Not to mention it's not a ridiculous amount of redstone. I mean, the repeaters are kind of expensive, but I have a good amount of them. I have 16 still. So I think we'll do 2 layers of this. And then if in the next episode we don't have enough sugarcane still, we can add another layer. Basically, this is going to be a project where I'm going to do a little bit of trial and error in order to see how much of this stuff we need. But I'm also not going to, let's see. Oh, I don't have water. Duh. I'm also not going to add more water streams. I'm just going to have the pistons push, and they should fall into this water stream. So I'm not going to have like a water stream here, and then a water stream here, and things like that. I'm just going to have one water stream down here at the bottom, and everything else should fall in. So that should be pretty nice. Okay, let me go grab some water and some more sugarcane, because I only have 1 sugarcane right now. And I will bring you guys back in just a minute whenever I have the second floor done and dusted. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I'm still working on the sugarcane farm, but I've come up with another revision that I can do in order to save ourselves some repeaters, which will basically make this design a little bit cheaper. It's already a pretty expensive design because of all of the pistons, but this will save us at least some of the redstone aspects in not having to make as many repeaters. So what I did was I used one of the tricks that I learned whenever I was doing the blaze farm. And that trick is I can put redstone dust and redstone repeaters next to each other and get pretty much the exact same effect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this repeater. Now, if I just put redstone dust right here, as you can see, the redstone is going to hook up, and that's only going to allow us to power the bottom piston. It won't power this top piston as well. But if you have redstone going directly into the block like this, then you will be powering both the top piston and the bottom piston underneath. So what I can do is add in redstone repeaters, which also will give redstone signal in one direction every other block, and that will power both the top and the bottom repeater. So that will save us a ton of materials whenever making additional levels in the future. Now, it does make the timings of the pistons look a little weird whenever they activate, but for this machine, it doesn't really matter that much because they're not going to be activating that often anyway. Same thing with the top up here. I now have this section complete. This is a completed sugarcane farm. All we have to do is kind of make this area look a little bit better. Clean it up a bit. Do something a little bit like that. And then I also need to add in all of the sugarcane. And then we'll have to cover up some of this redstone, some of the stuff at the bottom. Just make this area look a little bit nicer, to be honest with you. But as far as the actual farm guts and it working, this is it. It's done. It is an extremely simple farm that should produce a good amount of sugarcane for us. The only thing that I'm worried about, once again, is how much. How much sugarcane is it going to be producing? Am I going to have to add additional levels here in the future? Exactly what are we going to be looking at as far as rates? And I think 2 levels will probably be good enough for now, but we're probably going to want to go up to 3, maybe even 4 levels in the future, just to make sure that we have enough sugarcane all the time in order to make plenty of paper. So for right now, I'm going to leave it at 2 stories, and this video has went on a good while now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clean this up off camera. I'll bring you guys back in just a second, and then we'll wrap this baby up. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back, and I have started the designing of this build, but I had a thought. There's really no point in me finishing up this sugarcane farm and designing it and putting a roof on it and closing up the back and everything like that if these rates aren't enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait. I am going to give this thing about an hour or so, see what the rates are, and then if it's good, I'll go ahead and finish up the build, probably in the next episode or maybe the episode after that. And if the rates aren't that good, we're going to keep towering this guy up, and eventually we'll have something big enough that we get a ton of sugarcane. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it for today's episode. This is a pretty nice project. I actually enjoyed doing this today. It was kind of relaxing, and I'm going to go with a modern theme on this as well, because it is technically separate from this build, but I do need it to be nearby. So while I'm working on things in there, this is still cranking out sugarcane. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me today. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.